First and foremost, I want to give all the glory, honor, and praise to the Heavenly Father, the God of Israel, through His beloved Son, our Lord and Savior. Salute to all the sincere brethren out there that's laboring in the ministry, preaching the gospel, doing the work of the Lord. And salute also to the believers out there as well. I believe on the message of the gospel, man. It's your brother Nick coming back at y'all another lesson, another video through the Spirit. And the topic and title for this one is Eve be the worst parents, man. Black women are the worst mothers, the worst parents, bro. And it was just something, that I observed firsthand, man, with different members of my immediate family. They really be the worst parents, bro. And we know that so-called black women are Israelite women, and since Israel disobeyed the Lord's commandments, according to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15 on down, we was put under the curses. And one of the curses were that the women of our nation, the mothers, her mind will be evil towards her children. And that's what you see in the so-called black community in today's time. And it's in Job, the 39th chapter, that she is hardened against her young ones as though they were not hers. It's written that the daughters of my people have become cruel like the ostrich in the wilderness. It's also in that scriptures that her labor is in vain without fear, because the Most High deprived her of wisdom. Neither have He imparted to her understanding. So the vast majority of women of our nation, or women period, wasn't given the mental capacity to hold wisdom, in their hearts, and understand a lot of things. And that lack of wisdom and understanding is causing the degeneracy and the disharmony and the dysfunction within the Israelite nation, the so-called black community. And I'ma just say this: choose wisely who you put your seed in, brothers. Choose very wisely, especially when it comes to these American black women, man. And it's not expedient to have children in today's time anyway. It's not expedient to have children, because your woman can leave. The woman that you had a baby with, she can leave you, right? Which they always do. She can leave you, right? And the baby that you have really ain't yours. Yeah, it come from you. Yes, it come from your testes, It come from your jewels, your family jewels. Yeah, that's your seed, that's your baby, biologically. But once you sign that birth certificate, that baby belongs to the government. That baby belongs to the state. It ain't yours no more. As soon as you sign them papers, for that baby and shit, you sign the rights over to the so-called white man for your seed, man. You know. And yeah, she can leave you and shit, right? And take the kids with her. Or if you have a custody battle for your children, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna favor the mother every time. So you're gonna lose your child, or children, plural. You're gonna lose them, and she gonna take them, right? And she gonna allow her children, she gonna allow your children to be raised by the system. She gonna put your kids into the so-called white man's school system to get indoctrinated. And she gonna allow Babylon, America, to instill all kinds of evil principles into them. A lot of irreversible programming will be instilled into your child. And the mother will allow it. She will allow it, man. You know. She will allow it. And depends on how fucked up your children have become by the mother. You might as well just charge them to the game, man. You know what I mean? And take that L. You know? And plus, Eve is gonna be feeding your kids pork. She gonna do whatever she feel is best for them kids, which is 9 times out of 10 the worst thing. They're gonna be unstable mentally. They're gonna lack all the important character traits and qualities that make them decent people. Something that the Father can provide them through His guidance, leadership, and wisdom and instruction, right? Your children gonna grow up without these things, and they're gonna become a degenerate member of our nation. You know? You do not want your kids to be raised by these demons. I'm telling you, bro. Eve ain't wrapped too tight, man. She ain't right in the head. And her being a weaker vessel, Satan and his minions, the demons and stuff, that's the favorite entity. That's their favorite entity. That's their favorite entity that they like to use for the purposes of evil, you know? And we know that women are very fickle. They'll change up in a heartbeat, you know? Let me get up. Yeah, they'll change up on you in a heartbeat. She may seem like she obedient. She listens to the truth. You know what I'm saying? You may think that she an honest and virtuous woman at first, but over the process of time, a woman's true colors always come out, you know. Solomon said in Ecclesiastes, the 7th chapter, that he found more bitter than death, the woman. Solomon was the wisest man to ever live besides the Son of Man, you know, who the world calls Christ, Yeshua Mashiach, you know. And if you can receive it, which is actually a fact according to reincarnation, that Solomon came back in the reincarnation as Christ, Hamashiach. And to continue on in that verse that he said, he found more bitter than death the woman. The woman was more bitter than death in his mind, because he had surveyed thousands of women and men back in ancient Israel, right? So he searched one by one to find out the account. So he was picking the minds of a lot of Israelites. He was reasoning with them, interviewing them, if you will. And he interviewed a lot of women. And he found that a woman's mind is snares and nets, it's traps. Women are psychological sociopaths, man. They're very manipulative. And they play mind games, man, with you, You can't out mind game a woman. You know what I mean? That's a certain arena that she used for her tactics, man. And since a child, they are taught how to manipulate, how to deceive, how to psychologically manipulate things, manipulate men, manipulate people in general. They have a great capacity of wickedness and evil. That's why so many scriptures, like Proverbs 30, give not thy strength unto women, neither thy ways to that which destroy kings. And Solomon was destroyed by the woman. He clave unto them in love, and he bowed his loins towards the woman. So basically, he compromised his integrity for the woman. He compromised his integrity, and in his latter years, he kind of got weak. He kind of got mentally weak, and he went off. He did wrong. He fucked up. And he had to make things right. He had to pay. He had to pay his debt when he came back as the Son of God, Hamashiach, 2,000 years ago. But that woman was the cause of his downfall. 2 Esdras 4. Many have perished, have erred, have sinned for women, and became servants for their sake. So many men are in the graves. They have died behind a woman. The woman was the reason why a lot of men have erred, have gone down the wrong path. They have went astray from the path of righteousness and holiness in the sight of the Lord. They have sinned. They have broken God's commandments on behalf of a woman. And the thing about it was, women are very wicked, Now, of course, you have certain, women, it's certain books that's named after women. Judith, it's the book of Judith and the Apocrypha. You got Ruth, et cetera, et cetera. You got women of the Lord that showed a great example of what it means to be a wise woman. Like Sarah, she obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord. You had Jacob's wives, Rebecca, and you had women that was helps to the apostles. Mary Magdalene, these are prominent women famous in the scriptures for good works. Now, I'm not taking away from them, but I'm saying that women have a evil nature. You know what I'm saying? to have an evil disposition. And if the man doesn't have a strong foundation in Yahshua HaMashiach, then he can be overthrown by a female. That's why for a lot of brothers, the Lord don't have you dealing with a woman, you know, for your own safety and protection. You know, he'll have certain females to reject you, even if you're, you know, even if you may be a handsome brother, you know what I'm saying? Good looking dude. A dude that a lot of women may find, you know, attractive, desirable, you know. But he still keep him away from you. You know, something always happens to where it just never end up working out. God is doing that in your journey, in your path, in your life for a reason. You know, because he know how fucked up these American women are. He know their potential for wickedness. It's also in the scriptures, Ecclesiasticus Sirach. He mentioned that, you know, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Sirach 25 and 26. Both of those chapters really go in on what a good woman is and what a virtuous woman is, rather, versus, you know, wicked women and stuff like that, you know. They give you some game and wisdom concerning that. But if the woman came to the beginning of sin and through her we all die, I'm just quoting them. You know what I'm saying? Quoting these scriptures. And these I'm not, you know, just talking from my belly. You know, we're talking from, you know, an ignorant mind. No, these scriptures is actually written, you know. These scriptures is actually written. And there's multiple other, you know, scriptures. You feel me? There's multiple other scriptures that really teaches, you know, the Israelite man teaches us men of the Lord, you know, about female nature, right? And to continue on, going back to what Solomon has said, I'm going to quote it again from the top. I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets and her hands is bands. Whoso pleased the Most High shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord can allow a man to be overthrown by a woman, and this has happened before. You know, look at Solomon. You know, look at Adam. You know, Adam was one of the first men, the men who was entrusted with the spirit, you know, with wisdom, you know. One of the first men, he got overthrown by a woman. The strongest man, Samson, he was overthrown by Delilah. The wisest man, Solomon, he was overthrown by his wives. You see that? So the first, the strongest, and the wisest, overthrown by a female. Ain't that something? But whoso pleased the Most High shall escape from her. See that? If you have the fear of the Lord, that's a strong, solid foundation to where you won't be overthrown by a female, you know. And the Lord allow you to escape from these bitches too, because a lot of them are wicked. A lot of them are evil, man. They don't have your best interest. They just all around, you know, toxic and poisonous, man. You know, of course, you know, the Lord put his paintbrush on Eve, man. You know, the beauty of a woman cheers the countenance and a man love none better. I understand these things, man. You know, we love beautiful women. They are glory. Glory means to take great pride and pleasure in, you know. But they fucked up, and you do not want to have children with them, bro. Especially in today's time. That's the so-called white man's wife secret, you know. That's so-called white man's woman. We don't have our woman right now. Now you can deal with these women of the other nations, you know. They love you more. They accept you for who you are, and they love you more. You know, they're willing to deal with you versus the women of your own nation. Eve committed treason, and the heathen women of the other nations, they're more acceptable than black women, you know. So deal with them, man. A lot of heathen women more humble. When a black woman is proud, a lot of heathen women are a tad bit more submissive, you know. And let's say you a Jake that like video games, or you a Jake that like working out, you a Jake that like, you know what I'm saying? You got these different hobbies and things of that nature that usually would disqualify you from dealing with certain Eves. It's women of other nations, they accept that shit. They'll probably do that shit with you. You know what I mean? But, that's just one, little small example or whatever. I ain't finna go into too many examples for the sake of time. But those certain bitches that's not good for you, bro, and the Lord will cause you to escape from them. He'll take them out your life, because he know how fucked up they are. When they say never trust the big butt and the smile, that girl poison, man. Eve is poisonous to the soul, to the mind, to your peace as a man, we all about peace, you know what I'm saying? And she damn sure can't be a pillar of rest. She's a pillar of stress. And you do not want that here in these last days, bro. You do not want that shit. You feel me? You don't want it. So, anyways, Solomon was interviewing them females and shit like that. And he realized how stupid they are. He realized how fucked up they mindset was. And you gotta think about it. This was thousands of years ago, bro. You know what I mean? Back in ancient Israel, if he came to that conclusion back then, and just imagine if Solomon interviewed these Babylonian hoes, man. These Babylonian black women. Man, shit. Who knows what he would say? Who knows what he would say, man? Shit crazy. They not wifey material, man. They not marriage material. They're not worthy of your seed, brother. And I'm mainly talking about the American ones. You feel me? Because it's Israelite women all over the world. You have what they call Afro-Brazilians, Afro-Colombians, Afro-Cubans, black women from, the Dominican Republic. You got Israelite women in Africa. You got even Israelite women in Europe. You don't want them bitches from UK, though. From UK and London? Hell no. They damn near worse than the black woman in America, man. Watch these different UK podcasts and shit. E be on that, be just acting that ass. Straight demon, man. You know what I'm saying? Rebellious demon. But like Italy, Portugal, Spain and stuff like that, man. Eve damn near everywhere. We don't have to settle for these black American women here, bro. And a lot of Jakes in the world, they caught on to that shit. And that's why they got their passports, get their passports and shit, and get on the fucking plane, because these bitches hit so fucking horrible. It's getting to a point to where men in America, these women have gotten so bad, so fucked up, so evil, that men is leaving these women that they grew up with here in this society, here in this culture, that speak their own language, do the same shit they do, share the same background, right? Get up, uproot themselves, and go to other fucking countries to find a woman that's better than these here. That speaks volumes. That speaks volumes, man. That speaks volumes. So, these women, these Israelite women in these other countries, a lot of them, a lot of those women there, they're going to be saved because they was raised in a different culture, in a different society. Their households, they was raised in different type households, you know. They have family values. American women are anti-family. How you gonna build a nation with women that's anti-family? You know, when all hell break loose and stuff like that, Isaiah 4:1 come to pass, you know, women gonna be saved in childbearing, right? A bitch she don't even want to have kids. You know what I'm saying? Especially with you. Yeah, she'll have Moab baby, she'll have Esau baby. You know what I'm saying? She'll have all these different heathen men, but you, Israelite man, so-called black man, nope, not you. Well, I ain't even gonna say the Israelite man, cause she'll reproduce thuggo. She'll reproduce the thug, the degenerate Israelite man. But you, men that fear the Lord, you better not even look at her, bro. You know what I'm saying? Look at her like you want to desire her. Cause she damn sure don't want you. You know what I'm saying? How can you build a nation with that type of female? You know what I'm saying? You can't do nothing with that. But guess what? It's women in different parts of the world. They will be more than happy to start a family with you. You know what I'm saying? To take hold of you, to humble themselves under your guidance and your leadership in the fear of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? They're willing to obey. They're willing to get with your program, man. You feel me? They're more than willing. And guess what? They're more traditional and they're more affectionate. They cater to you. You know what I'm saying? They're willing to serve. You know what I mean? And once they get hooked on you, they're all about you, Jake. You know what I'm saying? Those are the type of women that we desire. You can't get that shit here in America. You asking for too much here. And these things are all simple that I just mentioned, but if you mention that to a woman, you'll know, I want this, I want that. I want to be treated how I'm supposed to be treated as a God, as a king, as the head of my nation, you know? That's demeaning to her. That's degrading. To have a family is degrading to the black woman, man. That's why you just stay away from these bitches here, bro. Stay away from them, man. They no good. No good. A lot of black women in America, they are going to be the part of 2/3. Because Israelite women outnumber the Israelite men of our nation, especially here in America and in general all over the world. The Lord designed it like that for a reason. Women outnumber men. Men are polygamous by nature, and women are monogamous by nature. If you don't know what polygamous and monogamous mean, monogamous means one marriage. So a woman was designed to have one partner for the rest of her life, which is one man. If she steps outside of that, she becomes an adulteress. She becomes a whore, a slut, which a lot of our women have become. Thy wife should be a harlot in the city, and thy sons and daughters shall fall by the sword. That was a curse for the Israelite man's disobedience. So Lord pretty much gave us a taste of our own medicine for us committing idolatry, worshiping all of these false idols, these false gods that's of the heathen nations. You feel me? So a lot of women, are whores, and they become whores by sleeping with men that's not the first man that they had sex with, that took her virginity. But for the man, we can deal with multiple women if we want. And our nation, the nation of Israel itself, was founded off of polygyny, as they call it, poly means many, many marriages. Look at David. He had multiple wives. Well, you know what? I'm going to start with the first example. Our nation was founded through a man having multiple wives. Jacob had 4 sons. Well, not 4 sons, but he had 12 sons. But he had 4 wives. Not Rebecca. That's Isaac's wife. My bad. That's his mom. Rachel, Leah, Zilpah, and Bilhah. That's 4 women. He had 4 wives and stuff like that. That he got 2 of them. Rachel and Leah was his uncle Laban's daughters. He had to, serve Laban 14 years for both of them. But anyways, they had, I think Leah had a servant and a little handmaid or whatever, and Leah and Rachel both had handmaids, and Jacob dealt with all of them. So, since women are anti-polygyny, and which is fucking crazy. They think they're equal to men. They think they can do the same thing as men, but no, you can't. But that's the mindset of the black woman, So being like that, being anti-polygyny, anti-family. Just imagine if our foremothers had that mindset, we would not even be here. Your Eve family that had that mindset, they wouldn't be here. Your father who planted your seed in your mother and your father wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here. You see how stupid the black woman is? You see how her mindset is? See how she think? That's the type. You don't want to put your seed in that type of entity, that creature, that demon. You don't want to put your seed in that, man. If you value yourself, you value your seed, you value your time, you value your energy, you value your peace, you wouldn't deal with her. Now, of course, the Lord, through his mercy and his kindness, he's going to have certain females to get delivered, that's in Babylon, that's in America. But it's going to be more women that get saved in other parts of the world, because they got the fruits. You see what I'm saying? They got the fruits. They have the works. They have the deeds. They have the actions. They have the mindset. They have the upbringing that the Lord deems acceptable. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that these hoes perfect in these other parts of the world. I'm not saying that, these black women. I'm not saying that at all, by far. But when it comes to, I'm going to just say this. It wouldn't be hard for them to transition. They don't have to take too many steps into doing what the Lord deems that's acceptable for women. You feel me? Now, the black woman, how she was raised, her mindset, her programming, she would have to take a whole bunch of steps. She would have to do a complete 180. You know what I'm saying? And that'll go against her programming a lot. So a lot of women not going to be, well, they're going to be willing because, the Lord's power going to be showed through the men. And, women like power and shit like that, protection, provision and guidance and structure and leadership and wisdom, things like that, They're going to come off of that, period, off the muscle. But a lot of them not going to be willing to humble themselves because they too prideful. The Lord going to cut all of that shit down, But for a lot of females, it's going to be too late, You waited too late to get humble, bitch. When it's women that's in other parts of the world, they already have a sense of humility. You know what I'm saying? And they bad as hell too. Look, Brazil. Let's say Rio, Copacabana, you know what I'm saying? Fortaleza, Sao Paulo, uh, uh, it's a so-called all-black city. Salvador Bahia, Brazil. Bro, a 10 here, well, no woman can't be a 10. 10 is perfection. A 9 in Babylon, it's like a 6 or a 7 in Brazil, bro. They that beautiful, bro. They that goddamn bad. You know what I'm saying? I want to visit there, honestly. And I want a couple of, honey dips from that place, man. They real affection. They real humble, man. They raised in different background, too. You know what I'm saying? But you can't get jiggy with these American women, man. A lot of times you can't even vibe with them. The thing about it is, like, average brothers, they may be handsome, they got this, they got that, you know what I'm saying? And they may have all these things, but they still get overlooked here in America. If you ain't no rapper, if you ain't no dirty thug, if you ain't no ball player, if you ain't famous, you ain't rich, you ain't, got all these different things, you ain't YouTube famous or something like that, some shit, they don't want to fuck with you. They don't like you. They won't accept you. But you could be a so-called average man and go to these different places in Brazil, and you can get a bitch that look way better character traits, better quality of a woman, in these different other countries, man, especially in Brazil, bro. You feel me? Colombia. You get a better return on your investment, man. You feel me? Get a damn good return on your investment. But these bitches, they prideful and they mid. Bitch be ugly as hell. But she telling you what she is and not gonna do, what type of man that she deserve and how she ain't gonna settle. Bitch, fuck you. I don't care about none of that. Because the Lord expanded our minds, you know what I'm saying? Even if we may not have left the country yet, he allowing us to peek through a window, through YouTube, through these different social media platforms to see how they operate in other parts of the world. Like, yo. And we know that the Lord is going to form us and make us international prophets. You know what I mean? We're not just going to stay here in America. The Lord's going to spread brothers out, man. Because the Lord's going to gather his elect from different parts of the world, And those men have to be sent over there, to work miracles, to do this, then the third, to preach the gospel and stuff like that to them. That they may believe and convert and be saved, right? And me speaking as a man, I hope the Lord send me to Brazil. Because if the Lord allowed me to see, I don't want nothing else. But you know what? They one of the baddest bitches on the planet. You know what I'm saying? Hella gorgeous, exotic B-dubs, man. You know what I'm saying? With the curly froze, they be out here with like a lion's mane and shit like that. That shit sexy as fuck to me, man. With a little gym body, all them bitches live in the gym. And I'm a gym goer myself, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them are health conscious and stuff like that. Very, very beautiful, radiant skin, pretty smiles and stuff like that. Just about damn near all them bitches over there in Brazil. They got braces and stuff like that. Braces cheap over there. I think it's like, $500 or something like that. $200 to $500 for a whole treatment, bro. And it's thousands of dollars here in Babylon. I got braces, I know, bro. See? I got them. So I know, bro. But anyways. But it just all depends on what the Lord want me to do. We don't have no say-so in this stuff for real. We just utensils. We're being used, by the Lord. So whatever the Lord see fit, that's what's going to be done. He which have begun a good work in you shall perform it unto the day of Hamashiach, And it's a very privileged position to be used as a prophet, man. It's not easy. having this spiritual occupation. But guess what? The payoff is going to be immaculate, man. It's going to be mind-blowing. Because the Lord, he cultivating, certain women for brothers, man. He raised them. He isolated them. You know what I'm saying? He have them to where they not being touched. He having them to be raised with both parents in the household. He having her father to instill certain principles in her. Her mother to show her how to be a great cook, how to scale fish, how to, how to fish, how to scale fish, how to do, these different things, how to gut a chicken, cut a chicken head off, prep a chicken for a meal. They being taught all these things, you know what I mean? And they being raised in traditional households. Not saying that the Lord is not going to have women that have lived poor lives, like fucked up lives and shit like that to repent and turn. There's gonna be some of those women, but there's gonna be certain ones too that's actually useful. Because a lot of women are not useful to a man. You know what I'm saying? They can't be an asset. They can't be a true helpmeet. You know what I'm saying? It could be a true helpmeet in learning these different skills to make the man's life easier, as they were designed to do in the first place, because their parents wasn't taught. But the Lord got certain parents that instill certain values that's useful to a man inside of their daughters when they being raised. So the Lord got them cultivated, and they it's a portion of them that is predestined for salvation to take hold of the men of the Lord when Isaiah 4:1 will come to pass. 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. And, we love women, man. You know what I'm saying? I know I do. I ain't no faggot, man. I ain't no sissy. Love a beautiful, humble woman. And that's a part of our reward, for doing the work. Lord said he not unrighteous to forget our work and labor of love, which you have showed towards his name, that you minister to the saints and do minister. Minister to the saints is a part of that labor of love, the work. The Lord said he ain't unrighteous to forget that. And Lord said if you delight thyself in the Lord, he will give you the desires of thy heart. I think David said that, if I'm not mistaken, in the Psalms. Delight thyself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. As men, we desire women, bro. They are glory. And glory means to take great pride or pleasure in. We take pleasure in our women, man. It's a part of the order. It's a part of how the Lord designed us. And that's a part of the reward, among many other things, but we like that, That's what we like. I was about to say something else about the order. The order, the Most High's glory is the man. The man's glory is the woman. The glory of the woman is her fucking hair. She don't like you, Jake. Well, the women don't really desire men. They like themselves. They're obsessed with themselves. They're narcissists by nature. We all love an entity, but she loves her fucking hair, which basically means herself. She loves herself or her beauty, A woman's hair was given to her as a covering, right? And you see a lot of Eve. That's why Eve, this goes to show you how Eve desire her hair more than she do a husband or a family or children. She invests billions, like the hair industry, the weave industry, wig industry. That shit is worth billions of dollars, man. That's where the majority of money, majority of the Israelite woman's money go to. it's toward weave, towards hair. Because the Lord smote her glory, you know. He took her hair away from her, pursuant to Isaiah 3:16. You know, the Lord was smite with a scab, the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, you know. So a lot of our women can't grow hair, so that's why they invest so much money into the hair industry. And the heathen nations, they see that, they see how vain the black woman is and how she values her hair, and she have low self-esteem if she don't get her hair done. So they capitalize and extort the curse that they have been put under. You see what I'm saying? It's just Moab, a lot of these Asians and Koreans and stuff like that, they have, a lot of Arabs and shit too, you know. But I see shit firsthand. I live in a so-called black town, you know, Tuskegee. Was, you know, they made movies, you know, Tuskegee Airmen, Rosa Parks and Booker T. Washington and George Washington Carver, all these different Jakes and shit like that. They got their roots here in the city that I grew up in, or little town, or whatever. One of the most notable things that one of the most notable events that this city is known for is the syphilis experiment, the Tuskegee syphilis experiment, when Esau injected Jake with syphilis for some money. That's wicked in itself. That's fucked up. That was fucked up, you know. And they kind of doing the same thing with the jab. But hey, it is what it is. I'll take that shit. I haven't taken it. But I just say that to say I see it, you know what I'm saying? I witness this, man. I witness it. And the glory of a woman's her hair, so she don't desire men like that, you know, but we desire them. She loves herself. You love her and she loves her. Ain't that some shit? Like I said, man, you ain't gonna get no real woman until the kingdom of heaven. Although the Lord said he gonna make us more precious than fine gold. You know, we're gonna be wanted. We're gonna be the object of desire, you know, because a lot of the men gonna die in war, and they're gonna get shipped off. Yeah, they're gonna get shipped off to World War III, and they're gonna be dying in the race wars out here, and they're gonna be dying in the famine. You know, the world gonna go through a period of starvation. You know what I mean? Starvation, especially here in America. So a lot of fathers, a lot of cousins, a lot of brothers, you know, a lot of husbands of these women, they're gonna die, man, you know. And the only ones that's gonna pretty much be left is the men of the Lord. They're gonna be found worthy. The 144,000, they're gonna be found worthy to escape the said perils, you know. And Lord gonna, you know, endow them with power to be witnesses unto him, you know, in America and in the uttermost parts of the earth. To get the children of Israel predestined for salvation, to get them ready for the harvest, the second coming of our Lord, and to preach the kingdom of heaven, the good tidings, man. To work miracles, work signs, work wonders, to protect, you know, the flock from wolves, which is these martial art troops and different gangs and bands of men that search the cities and towns and shit, neighborhoods and communities for food. And cannibals and stuff like that, rapists, sex offenders, you know, these different criminals, men that has a violent mindset. So, yeah, that's that, bro. Yep. But anyways, man, this pretty much went long. I was just, you know, going on another, you know, spiritual rant, man. How fucked up these American women are, man. Yes. I hope, you know, this was edifying, man. I hope this was feeling, you know, in the spirit, man, because, you know, we think about these things, you know, on a daily, and You know, if you're surrounded by women, you can't really, talk about, spiritual things with them because they don't understand it, you know. That's why the brotherhood is valuable. The brothers are valuable because they can understand, truly where you're coming from, you know. And they share your same passions and cares and concerns, you know. And that's a beautiful thing. Unity of brethren. It's a beautiful thing. Right? Also another beautiful thing is a man and his wife that agree together, you know. But that won't come until our women view us as salvation, you know. They have to get completely stripped of everything. And then they'll be willing to comply, you know. But be wise right now. Before those days come, before the Lord raise up his men with power, be wise now, you know. Be picky, man. Ain't no wrong with that shit, you know. Be picky. Because they damn sure picky when it comes to you. But anyways, that's all I got, man. Lord willing, this was edifying. Till next time, peace. It's getting cold out this motherfucker. I gotta go in the crib.